All right. I call this to adjourners. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So we're calling the May 2020
We'll do recall, roll call.
roll call.
Yes. So we got Aparna Chibber.
Here.
Christine Bertino.
Here.
Jack Ambler.
Here.
George Bass. And Tina Sekulovsky.
All right. And I guess no public comment, no one on the line.
Nope.
Okay, no one, we got 2 invited guests from the law firm there as well, but we are having an executive session.
Nope.
No, okay, excellent. I'll start with the approval of the minutes from the April meeting. Any questions, comments?
I'll make a motion
I'll
to
second.
accept.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, so for the approval, so we'll go to the financial report. All right, does anyone have any comments, questions for all the bills?
I do just want to say, we are on track to have the audit done and hopefully be presenting at the June meeting so that we can file with DCDE on time before June 30th this year. So that is the plan. I did get a couple of new questions from the auditors today. I answered them. I'm just waiting for their responses.
Has that been more time of yours because we have a new auditor?
A little bit more time just because they need a lot of extra of the background stuff. But the audit itself seems to be relatively the same.
Okay, that's good.
But like I said, having to get all the pension stuff and all of the extra stuff that they don't have because they've never seen it before, that took a little bit of extra time, but not terrible.
Okay.
Good.
And they would like to present over Zoom. So I plan to give you the draft of the audit like 2 weeks before. I'm going to let them know you need it 2 weeks before so that you guys can look everything over. That way, if you have questions, you're prepared.
Okay.
But that's all I have.
Thank you.
Anything else on, I guess we're also approving HP Frazer's payment for this one as well.
Yeah, but do you want to
We'll
do
wait
that
till,
during-
we'll do that.
to his
officially
report?
there,
So
yeah.
we'll do the bills as a total.
Okay. So any other questions, comments for the? All right, so can we approve the, I gotta get a motion for approval of $712,919.59.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
And then,
You do your vote, and then we do a roll call.
okay. What am I
So-
saying?
So then we'll do, okay, so it says 3-0. You did the nays and yays. That's what you have to, any nays?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye. Yeah.
Aye. Okay. Now we do roll call again. So it's going to be Aparna Chibber,
Yes.
Christine Bertino,
Yes.
Jack Ambler.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's move along to the solicitor's report.
Nope.
then.
No,
Oh,
we
we
have
can
to
make a,
accept- Make a motion to accept the financial report?
Yes.
I'm making the motion.
I'll
yes.
second.
Okay.
all in favor? Aye.
Okay.
All right.
We only have one action item this evening. Our report is attached, it's in the board packet, has been forwarded previously. The one action item this evening is a resolution amending the rules and regulation at section 5, sewer main connections to address requirements related to emergency repair work on sewer main connections. I think Libby was one of the primary drafters of this, but any questions are probably best directed to Ed, Brent, and Libby.
Yeah, and I guess just, if someone could just give us like I did read it a little bit, but could someone just give us like the high level?
I can do that.
Yeah, please.
So what this is basically, until now, we've had no protection from, say, if somebody had worked on their lateral at 11 o'clock at night. We'd have to count on them just telling us about it.
Yep.
Whereas now we have something being added to the rules and regs, well, we hope to, that'll actually state that, hey, it's the property owner's responsibility to inform us that work is going to be done at or very near our main. So this way, it'll give us a chance to go out there and inspect maybe the work as it's done, but if not, at the very least, after it's done, we get televised, make sure our line wasn't damaged. And until now, we've had nothing in place to protect our lines in this way.
Good idea.
So they're not doing work on our lines, they're just doing it near, and we want to be able to like make sure they didn't disturb it, essentially?
Correct. Like if they have to replace their lateral to the connection to our main,
Okay, yeah.
that's when we need to get involved in case, something cracks our main or something. So we just want to make sure that we're protected, that it's shored and backfilled properly and.
How much heads up do they have to give us then, or
Excuse me?
how much heads up do they have to give us?
It's hard to say, really. I mean, what I'm going to do is I want to put this in the newsletter. We're going to put something on the website to make everybody aware of this, that lets them know, like, hey, this is your responsibility. If you come close to our main, you have to let us know. I guess as it happens, the emergency number, that's something else I'm going to start advertising and broadcasting more so people know that. So I guess if it's an emergency, they should call that number, and then some of our staff can respond immediately.
Okay.
And we can go out there, have eyes on it, see how close they're coming to our main, and then just make sure, if not, just make sure they're not.
So we really can't say a time frame in this because it depends on the circumstances
Yes.
to how much notice they'll be able to give us.
Correct.
Okay.
But right, you probably want to try to get, like you said, eyes on it before they screw with it, and then after, ideally. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Seems reasonable.
Do we have to accept this in the minutes
So,
and then the solicitor's report?
Yes, you're adopting this resolution.
You're adopting the resolution.
Okay.
so can I get a
Make
motion?
a motion to adopt the resolution.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All in, what's the other one?
Opposed?
All
Any
opposed?
opposed?
Nobody, so motion passes, I guess.
So that's effective today.
I think the resolution probably says 5 days.
Okay.
Because it says at the bottom of the resolution, this resolution shall be effective May 26, 2026.
You could probably give a 5-day grace period, I suppose, right? Or whatever.
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Well, hopefully, we don't have to test it in 5 days.
Hey. I agree.
Okay. And that's all from the solicitors?
That's all. That's our entire report and action items for this evening.
All right, nice. Can I get a motion to accept the solicitor's report?
I'll make a motion to accept the solicitor's report.
I'll second.
So, yeah, I don't know, I get this one wrong.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and all opposed. Okay, so that passes. The engineer's report.
Yes, just a couple minor things. There was, during the month of May, there was a slightly elevated organic loading, excuse me, laboratory result received. It was at 350 milligrams per liter, and it's normally around 250 milligrams per liter. But the next reading came down to 260. So it came back down. It was just a bump in the process. And it's something that we're going to be working with the plant personnel on to monitor for the rest of the year.
Is there a maximum allowed?
There is, I don't know what it is.
I'm not sure it is offhand.
It's
less
a
than-
pounds
it's more
per
than
loading
this.
for a year.
Okay.
The permit, I guess,
Yeah.
discharge is, it's only pounds per month, or probably
This
a
is way
month.
below whatever. the-
Yeah.
We are working with Keystone Engineering Group to finalize the electrical design for the new influent pump station control system. The intent is to have something that is fairly easy to use, easy to understand. You don't need a electrical degree to, go through everything. The electrical upgrades at the wastewater treatment plant are coming along. Contractor's still on schedule to complete their work. From speaking with the project manager for the contractor, they've actually been able to incorporate several items of work at one time. They had opened the manholes to install power cables. They were doing it for one motor control center. They were able to install the wires for several motor control centers. So, make time and, keep our fingers crossed that, nothing else happens. Other than that, we've just had, been involved with a couple minor projects, a couple minor lateral connections and things in the borough.
Great. Yeah, right, and it's the influent one's numbers, right, is the one that's yearly, yes, right, I was thinking influent, right. And the, yeah, so they haven't uncovered anything? I know they've been worried every time they pull one of these things out that they're gonna
I
find
haven't.
something, but it's all
I haven't heard.
going
any.
well?
And then there is a payment request to HB Frazer for the electrical, wastewater treatment plant electrical contract. And the recommended amount of payment is $193,562.50.
And nothing abnormal from, I think, are they still ahead of schedule? Or I guess we're paying kind of on the same schedule that we'd originally anticipated would?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have been processing the reimbursements for the authority from the grant.
Okay, great. Great, yeah, I guess, can we have any other questions, comments on this?
I don't have any questions.
I guess, could we get a motion to approve the payment to HP Fraser at $193,562.50?
I'll make a motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? All right, so motion carries. Yeah, I think, anything else for the engineer?
So Shannon, are you going to need somebody to stop down and sign the check?
You just did that for me.
Oh, I just did that? Okay.
Sorry. in there?
So there will be, once this one is cashed, a couple weeks after that, we'll have another one.
Okay.
So this check has to be cashed first, and then, yes.
Thank you.
I'll be sending the meeting out.
Okay. Everybody look at that email.
Anything else on that influence stuff? I guess, I know we were like worried about the lab. It's like if we have too many highs in a month, or is it too many highs in the year that we can get? I thought
It's
there
a
was,
loading for a year.
it's still loading for you.
It's a loading.
Because remember, I think, he was talking about making sure we grab another sample, which I guess we did on this case, right, as you get a high one, so, okay, so,
Is this the same number that we were concerned about last year?
Yes.
Yeah?
yeah,
So this could have been a blip?
yes,
This time, I mean, when we did that extensive sampling all over town, it just kind of magically went away.
Right.
Can't explain
Although, word got out,
it. Could have been.
so that could have been the resolution, is that word got out so that they stopped doing whatever it is they were doing.
Well, we're still looking.
Right.
okay, great.
Maybe they listen to these meetings, so we know.
And these are the ones, this is that unit that's, has a lot of error in it, or whatever, so that's why there's still some concern about the lab and chasing all that stuff down, but anyway.
It's a poor test. CBOD is
Yes.
a poor test. I mean, it's a technology from 100 years ago.
Yep.
We should be able to do something better in today's world. I'll be honest, there's a chance. We are at consistency with our loadings were, but there still could be a lot of analytical error.
Yes, yeah.
But based on that number, we could be fined if that
Would be
continued to
fine,
maintain
they'd
a
put
high
you on a
level.
moratorium that you couldn't build anymore if you could, or the plant needs to be upgraded.
I see. Okay.
All right, I'm looking for a motion to pass the engineer's report here. Approve the engineer's report.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, we can do the operations manager's report.
All right, I have one action item tonight. That is for the Fun Fest for your consideration. As usual, every year, you do a $1,000 gold sponsorship. And as you know, we put the tent out, we have staff there, giveaways, usually candy and some kind of a squeeze toy, stuff like that. And it's really well received. A lot of people come by the tent. It's good press for us,
Yeah,
good exposure.
And maybe we could do the trivia questions. Maybe the giveaway could be a roll of toilet paper. Just a thought.
This is instead of the,
Instead of candy.
no, instead of the toilet paper toss?
Yeah, we'll have that too.
Okay, I was gonna say.
That's part of it, yes.
But the trivia questions would definitely be simple. Like, the questions were pretty simple but educational. Like, if you don't know our website, that may help. And it would be very simple for whoever was working the stand to facilitate that. It's just a thought. You don't have to do it.
Well, we have time to work on it. We have a few months, so.
so I guess we'll be looking for approval for a $1,000 donation then?
Yes,
Okay,
Yeah, because I will have to then cut the check next month.
okay.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? I think these are great that we get to do these, so this is cool. I love seeing those guys out there for it, so I always think this is definitely a good idea. And
I do have some questions before we move on.
Please,
Well,
yep.
we have to accept the operations. But it was really hot last week. How did the guys at the plant make out in the heat?
Pretty well.
Our air
And put it this way, they were working on the roof a lot of the week, too. So they did pretty well.
And the cooling?
What we did was we
air
kept them on the
conditioners
roof till about 10 or 11, and then switched them down to cooler ground, indoor weather, like indoor jobs such as that, so.
are working? And all air conditioners are working?
Not all of them, but there's air conditioning in the half of the building. The one half is down.
Do we need a new air conditioner?
Oh, it's in the works, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so we've ordered a new air conditioner?
No, it's not that simple.
Oh.
We have to get quotes. It's quite a big deal.
And I'm not sure of what this air conditioner is. It's not like a central air unit.
It is. It's
Oh, it
heat.
is.
It's heat and cold air together. It's 2 large units to do the whole building. So there's one for each half of the building. It's split down the middle. So that's something we're trying to take care of now.
And it has to be bid.
Okay.
It's
It's-
not an emergency.
is that ever a cash amount, or is it just, it's always,
If it's over the bid amount, if it's over, which I think the bid amount
we
now
change
is
that?
around $21,000, so,
oh, it is, okay.
I think,
Constitute an emergency,
no heat,
not no cold?
nope. Air conditioning does not count unless it's gonna impact a process or unless there's, yeah, nope,
It doesn't matter if it's going to affect a human?
nope.
Can we change that?
No, that's state law. They still hate me at the Norristown Area School District, because about
Yeah.
10 years ago, I wouldn't let them do the air conditioning on an emergency basis. Air conditioning isn't an emergency.
But they will close schools because of no
Saying
air
no.
conditioning.
This was in the administrative offices. It's not an emergency. Law's pretty clear on it.
That
Yeah,
sucks.
not something we get to do unless, anyway,
I mean, I
does
just
suck.
know that
yes.
people driving utility vehicles don't have air, and it's always bothered me.
our trucks all have air conditioning, and it all works.
I assume I'm sure the union guys have like, I mean, we have like endless like, cool water break stuff, and they must be on top of that. Is that a fair statement? Like,
Well, it's not really, I guess it's not a necessity because they can take a water break whenever they need. Nobody's going to tell them they can't.
Yeah.
So the guys, if they want to come in, we have a cooled filtered water fountain there that they come in, they can fill up with ice. So they know that they can do that. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's something normally that their folks would help train, like, remind them on. I think we've been getting a lot more. They've made us do like an extra 5 heat ones because last year's was so hot. They started bringing in new. Anyway, just something. But I assume that's kind of the union's position to care about or implement. Would you?
Never had them bring it up, but
Okay.
I guess because we never made them have to bring it up. So.
Yeah.
We're working to our guys.
Okay. Yeah. What I'll definitely to your guys' discretion. I wouldn't want to implement anything you guys didn't want. Just that's something like we always get stuck on like a call and it's like, oh, do this. The first 10 minutes if there's X number of people on the call, they normally make you do some sort of safety mission. We got a lot of hot water ones or hot weather ones anyway. But
When are we expecting bids?
I had 5 contractors out in the last 8 days,
Oh, good.
so hoping to get.
And how are we on budget? We have it budgeted?
Yeah, we're fine with it.
If we need to buy it.
What's unique about this air conditioner, we've been working on this since last fall. The way it was designed, we've had numerous, sometimes probably 10 people come in and look at it. So we might be getting some good hits on replacing basically in kind.
Oh.
But if it doesn't do it, we might have to retrofit a whole new system in. So
Was it heating well this
Yes.
past winter? That's amazing.
And where the snag is basically the original 2 units were replaced with these current units, but they were retrofitted with something I think they call curbing, a metal spacer. Now, the units that are on these curbs are no longer available. So nobody can it's not like you can just buy these 2 units and switch them out. So somebody has to come in there and figure out what to do with this configured curbing. So, but we did have somebody come out last week that said he might be able to find units to fit on top of these. So we're hopeful. So hopefully he comes through, because that would probably be our most beneficial way to go, so.
great. Anything else on that? That's good. Assistant Finance Director, do we want to pick up that or on yours or?
I'll do it on the line.
Okay. Anything else? Summer employees, these ones we might be eventually hiring down the road, or is these like,
I would love to think so, I'm not sure. But this guy's been here, they're going crazy, they're working like madmen, I'm telling you. It's just,
great?
they come in, they're ready to go. We got them cleaning, we got them working on the roof, we got them painting today, and they're just working really well.
Excellent.
And are they students at
Yes.
Savvy? Okay.
College students.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's not like our old traditional, I guess it was a high school internship we did before. Was it high school or was it always college?
No, it was college.
It was always college, all right, yeah. So this isn't as much an internship as it used to be, where we would keep them through a little bit in each phase of our facility. This is more like just a summer job, more or less. But I'm trying to feel them out and see if any of them have any interest in trying, if they're interested, we'll expose them whatever they want to learn, so.
Excellent.
Great plan.
That doesn't have to go through the union, I guess that's just through you.
That's, yeah, no
Size
union.
it. Yeah, okay, yeah. Great. Any other questions? Other than that, I'll be looking for a motion to pass.
Any bites on the Assistant Finance Director?
So we had, when we first went live with it a couple weeks ago, on May 1st, or it was actually before May 1st, we had a good 24 hits right away. I would say a majority of them were overqualified for our position. So what we did is we rebooted a different system. I asked my Ed here to do a AI analysis on how we can do it. So he came up with a methodology to contact all the local universities, and we're getting really good hits from the local universities, from all within like 30 miles of here, basically. So his success with AI helped us out how to figure out how to market our better, and it worked. I mean, if you want to explain what you did, I mean,
Well, I just went through basically all the prominent universities around here that, I think last Thursday or Friday, I just sent about a dozen emails out, and more than 4 of them responded, "Have you tried Handshake?" It's a system that you sign up for, it's free. Apparently, most of these universities guide their graduates through it. So I started an account, I think on Friday, and I came in this morning to about, I think, was it 12? 12 applications. So, from various, from, Temple, from Villanova, everywhere in the area within 30. Yeah, so, they're probably still coming in.
It's wonderful.
and we had no idea what Handshake was,
No,
and they did.
And they shared it with me, and I shared it with everybody else, so.
that's great.
Just a job board specifically for,
For universities, I get, right?
Yes.
We're getting good. Hopefully in the next, 4 to 5 weeks, we'll be shortlisting. And right now, we're just doing basically phone interviews. And then we're going to go in-person interviews the next round. And we most likely will include the solicitors involved. I talked to Lauren to be involved with this. Because I would anticipate probably end up being 3 rounds, because how important this position is. But the first one, we're just doing phone interviews, looking at this, their salaries we're looking for, and, give them an understanding what our job is. But to date, both of, I mean, am I right to say they've been, most of them, all overqualified? That's what we're finding.
Yeah, most of the ones coming from Indeed and all of them, they seem to be a little overqualified. We did do 2 interviews so far. Both employees seem promising. I'm just not sure salary-wise, because they are a little overqualified. So I did look at the ones from the Handshake, and Lori and I are working on sorting through them and picking ones to do interviews with. Some of them have finance degrees, but some of them have business, so it's just kind of, so we'll see.
Do you feel confident between all of the information that you have right now that we would be on track for the
Yeah.
target
Yes.
date?
I mean, our goal is the second or third week of August to have someone in here, so we got 2.5 months yet.
That's great.
But the solicitor, I mean, they're going to be involved because I want them part of the interview, plus we'll hand over them for all the background checks.
so you got, I guess it's just, Shannon, are you doing the interviews then, or you guys are splitting up?
So the first round, I'm doing the interviews with Lori Hagee, who
Okay.
was the one who was helping me out when I was sick, and so she's helping me with those interviews. Once we get past that set, then we're going to present them to Brent, and we're going to do the next round with Brent,
Okay.
just to make sure that we're feeling them out and getting the best person. And then if we decide to do, like you said, a third round of interviews, Brent and whoever else.
And the board's welcome if you want to,
Yeah,
if
anybody
any
else
one of
who
you want to be a
wants
part of,
included can be.
as long as it's not a quorum,
Right.
you're more than
So
welcome.
if one of you wanted to join the interviews, 1 or 2 at the most,
Right.
and that's it. But we can decide that once we get to the third round.
All right, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, you guys know what you need, though. I mean, much more than I do, but know what you need. But still, yeah, it's interesting. If you certainly, I don't know, if you threw the resumes out at the end or something like the last 2 or something, I'd maybe peek a little bit. But anyway, but in general, keep that option open. Thank you. Great. All
You want me
right.
to make a motion to accept the operations report?
Yes, please.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes, and I'm in the in favor part of that one. All right, Executive Director's report.
Okay. The plant was in compliance for the month of April. If you saw our finance report, we have some sludge production up, obviously, because we're coming off the cold winter months. The plant's slowly turning around. In regards to digestion, Ed and I have been seeding it more twice a month right now to try to jumpstart it. So we'll start seeing a change, obviously, with the warm weather. Last week when we got up to 100 degrees, that just helped the whole process. We're working, obviously, like I mentioned last month, the capital project that we're looking at early fall, dealing with the Haynes and Savita Park. Ed's getting good quotes at that right now. The initial cost for that project was going to be $120,000 to reline it. We're looking at total replacement of cutting that in half at this point. So we're working with our subcontract, the borough, but we're taking the lead on the capital project on that end. Dealing with our Express Bill and Cassell. Right now, we're at the preliminary stages and that there may be no longer a match between these two partners. Obviously, we have Cassell as Shannon's finance package, and Express Bill, we're not sure if there's not going to be a compatibility issue or more of a.
They're talking about the partnership between Cassell and Express Bill Pay. We went through Dallas Data, which is a part of Cassell now, and now that Dallas Data converged with Cassell, Express Bill says they're willing to continue to partner with Cassell. Some of their salespeople are kind of telling people that they're not. So I haven't gotten a real answer of whether or not they're going to continue to partner with Cassell or if we're going to have to go with the Cassell portal for payments.
And is that the drive to bill monthly as opposed to quarterly?
It has nothing to do with that at all. Just basically who's collecting our payments and how they're being fed into Cassell.
And why did we pick Express? I remember we.
Because that was the common one that Cassell used at the time.
Oh, I see.
That seemed to be the one that met most of our needs. And now they're talking about not partnering with them because they have their own portal that they want people to use. So I have an email into them asking them if there's a timeline of when it's going to be faded out or if they're going to continue to partner with Express, and I haven't gotten an answer yet. According to the webinar that I was on May 19th, Express still seems to think that Cassell is willing to work with them. So I don't really have an answer yet. I was hoping to push off the payment portal for a little while because we just switched to Express and I didn't want to confuse the customers anymore. But if we have to, that either we're going to have to switch to that payment portal or we're going to have to switch Cassell to something else.
That's what her and I made an internal decision where we knew Cassell could go to their portal, and we're like, we're going to handle our own right now because we didn't want too much confusion. But now it may be forced that we have to go this way.
And which of those solutions is preferred? Switching the bill portal or switching?
Well, I think that it probably be cheaper to change Express Bill Pay rather than Cassell, because Cassell is the whole package, the finance and everything else. So depending on the cost, I think to install the portal, it was like $1,200 initial payment and then $1,200 a year to maintain it, which is, I mean, $2,400. It's not terrible. I think changing systems altogether could be, I think we paid like $54,000 for Cassell. So financially, I think just switching the payment provider would be the best solution. But if there's not one that works well with Cassell, then we might have to. Unless, like I said, we go with Cassell's payment portal.
It's frustrating. How much do we pay for the Express Pay then? You're saying we're paying, if you were switching over, do you get $1,200 or $1,200?
So we pay Express Bill, it's like, there's a flat fee of like $100 and some plus whatever the credit card fees and all of that are. And I believe that's it so far for Express Bill. So it's gonna be a little bit more. Because there's not really, like I said, the fee for them to maintain it is not very high at all. So like you see in our packet, when I when I do the express bill, that includes a monthly maintenance fee. And I always code that to computer expenses and then the rest of it to the credit cards. So I think it's like $129 a month.
Shannon, you accidentally turned your mic off.
Sorry. So the payment portal is, like I said, I think it's $129 with Express monthly, plus the credit card fees. And we're then also going to have the credit card fees with the new portal too. So it's definitely going to be a little more expensive.
Does anybody at Cassell care about us? Is there anyone we contacted, we bought it from originally, that we could be like, please support this to
I
put
have-
one person's?
I've sent the
Plug it in
email
here.
to Cassell. I can try again. I don't know. I have the person who's in charge of doing the payment portals and wanting us to switch and all of that stuff. So
Yeah,
I don't think the person who sold us the system is there anymore.
sure. But we're paying them,
But so I can, yes, I
Quite a bit
can.
now. I
So,
don't know.
like I said, I'm waiting for them to respond, and I haven't gotten
Yeah.
a response yet. Because as soon as I got off of that webinar, and they were talking about the partnership, I right away emailed and said, is this happening? Can you please give me a timeline? And I haven't gotten a response yet.
okay. I guess just keep tracking it down. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't, if it's maybe you'll have to like demo for us what the difference will be or something like that, like in like, if we decide we have to switch, how much pain that is to actually do, or how much different it would actually be, but yeah, okay.
Okay. My last item is that we've received our first evaluation of the rate analysis through HRG. So I would anticipate either June or one of the summer months that, along with our budget, that we'll be presenting that sewer rate analysis, which anticipate the June meeting. I think we get it done at the June meeting.
Yeah, I think.
So the June meeting may be a long meeting for us, an hour or two, just to prep. Because there's going to be a big thing when we make this presentation for the rate analysis. Because obviously this is projecting us for 5 years out. And then, just like we did last year, if you recall, we had our preliminary budget by August. Our game plan will be to do the same thing by August as well for the board to start reviewing that. And then it puts us in a timeline of October, November to pass that budget. But that's our game plan right now.
I have a question about that. Are we still looking to go to monthly billing? Or are we waiting for the resolution of the portal?
Why did we want monthly? I can't remember.
I remember a conversation about it.
I think you brought it up, but we never made a movement to we knew there's much more
I
expense
didn't
going.
realize I brought it up. I thought it was,
I think you.
I thought it was in a plan.
No.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. So,
The one thing we were talking about, not necessarily monthly billing, but changing it so that, like, right now, our reads are from 3/4 to 6/4. So because the stormwater is calendar, we were talking about switching to calendar for the water reads too.
it'd be calendar-based because stormwater's based upon.
Because stormwater, right, January,
Usage
February,
as
March.
1/1. That's the difference between stormwater and
Right,
sewer.
yeah, because our sewer bill, like for the March bill, it's the reads from 12/4 to 3/4. So it's really December, January, and February reads, where the stormwater is January, February, March. So we were talking about switching that, still doing quarterly billing, but switching it to actually be calendar-based. But then the bills would then be pushed out a month, so they wouldn't be able to be completed until after the March read, so they wouldn't go out until April, and then they wouldn't go out until July, so it would be, and then we kind of just put it aside, and we haven't talked about it since.
I know we brought up it has to be a couple of years ago, either, I can't recall, but I know we brought it up, and I think we did an economic analysis, and it ends up going to be $12,000 to $15,000 more a year if we do a monthly bill, based upon the postage and everything else. So there isn't it's not saying the board can make that decision, but it's gonna increase the expense for postage at least 15,000 a year to go to that, to monthly.
I just thought it was a done deal, and we were waiting to see when it was going to launch that way. And then I thought, well, could we partner it up with the rate increase? Because if you increase the rate but go to monthly, people wouldn't notice it as much as they will in that lump sum quarterly bill. So, just had to get that thought out of my head, but
You
now
can bring
it's
it up,
gone.
as we go, we're in budget season, you can bring it up if you, if that's what.
No,
Yeah.
the expense outweighs.
It's the postage that
benefit
would be the
of it.
deviation.
Okay.
Right, and not only, like, just, I think you'd mentioned when we talked about it last time, right, it's not just the, like, not trying to hide the rate as much as just like, you know, it also, that's like breaking it up
Disperse
into,
it.
yeah, into more even payments or whatever.
It just looks smaller. People notice their sewer bill because it's a quarterly. But public comment is showing that they're not that upset about it.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, we could bring it back up during budget season, as you said there.
I won't bring it up again. You convinced me, like,
12, 15,000, that's pretty-
it
it's
costs
kinda
us more
convincing.
money to do it, so.
Yeah.
That completes my report.
Just on the, can you give me 5 more minutes or 3 more minutes on that Haynes and Park Storm Drain again? I did watch the recording. We do have to make sure we have our things. I think you did fine. I was just, anyway, so can you give me we were gonna,
Do you want to go over that?
Yeah, I'll do
oh, please, yeah.
All right. So what that is, it's 120 feet of, it's typically referred to as 48-inch pipe, but it's actually 50-something inches because it's they call it, what do they call it, like a,
Corrugated.
it's not corrugated, it's a concrete pipe, but it's kind of oval on the sides. It's not round continually. And I guess before we got involved, the borough was looking at having it all relined with the cured-in-place liner. So I thought, well, let's see what it would cost to just replace it, because it's right, and it's going through a park. There's no street, there's no curb, there might be a curbing, one piece of curb. And we were surprised to find out that the cost to replace the pipe in kind was about half of what it is to reline. So we're trying to get everything worked out and ironed out and make this happen, so was a pleasant surprise. So,
Because when the borough brought it to the attention of part of our capital plan, it was going to be over $120,000 to reline it. So we started working out with, I was, dealing with the CoStar's numbers, starting to get vendors, other companies in here to evaluate this. And, our reserves in our capital for stormwater is not there. And we're trying to do the best, and then we said, why don't we just replace it, like Ed said, replace it, and we're getting really good quotes at this point. Nothing's finalized yet, but at least we're trying to get an understanding of what it's gonna cost, and we're looking at half the cost, which is good news. I mean, we're still not looking at doing this to probably September, October, based upon our capital reserves and the current structure where we stand with the payment plan to the borough as our subcontractor. But, it's good.
To be realigned, it's just, is that?
It's all, at the bottom, it's shot. It's just worn out. It needs to be done. And I don't think, from my perspective, lining, I think it takes a chance on that the degradation where it's better to replace it. Especially at half the cost.
Yeah.
Right.
That's, yeah, great process, right? Yeah, I mean, we didn't have the cash, so couldn't just go out and write a check right away too, so that's good. But, yeah, and it would remind me, this is my annoying question to you on the borough part of this, is that, so they were like, they helped line these projects up for us.
So when they're out doing their maintenance of our system,
Yep.
they found degradation in this line.
So they're helping flag these items
They
right
flag
now,
this
to
line.
spit to HRG sometimes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
the borough also had a study done by a third party, we're thinking like 2016 or 2017, and they have a full, an assessment of where the trouble spots are, where they need to add stuff or repair, replace. So I would imagine that might be on that list as well, so.
Okay. And when does HRG get involved, or would we were they involved in this at all? Did they even, or is this like?
I
not
made,
even
I
there?
made contact with them in reference to this, but at this point, we can actually keep it our level. They're in support. Once we go, if we get co-stars, they're going to support us to go that way and eventually bring it to front of the board. But HRG is aware of this project.
Yeah, okay. But it would be gone through, you guys would manage it anyway. It's not
We're
like they-
managing the capital plan.
Yeah,
Our
okay.
goal is to manage the capital.
Yeah.
And the
Borough might oversee part of the construction for us since it'll be theirs?
It would be
then?
HRG would be managed.
HRG would,
yes.
okay.
Just like we did on the Poplar Street with, when we were down there, we had HRG manage the inspection during the time.
Okay.
Now, one thing to note, and I think Shannon did a analysis of our current capital funds available for the future. As you were, I'm certain I've said there's $1 million that we're looking at between now and 2030. At the current reserve base, we should be able to support that. So we had to evaluate all this because, this, based upon what the borough's seeing and what HRG's seeing, that we had this certain amount of improvements they have to do. So we think at this point in time, we could support it with our current structure. Right? I mean, we did the, like almost like 3-4 months ago, we did an economic, all the way to 2031, I think we did, based upon our current structure. Because the goal is here, as I mentioned, I know when Tyler gave his presentation of borrowing, my goal is not to borrow. Against, you can make that decision, but I'm trying to sustain us that we can pay as we go. And I think we're in fair shape with our, okay?
Sounds great. I mean, I'm sure at some point when they probably look at the money funky with like, if you can get a great borrowing rate sometimes, I don't know, there might be points to borrow for, even, in general, I think it's right, that's the plan, is get away from having those types of requirements, so that's great, so. All right, any other questions for? All right, I'm looking for somebody to make a motion to, Executive Director's report.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries.
I do
Okay.
have one thing I want to ask.
Please.
Mike, if we decide to cancel a meeting, because we were talking about canceling originally, we were talking about canceling June, August, and December. Does that have to go in the newspaper, or can we just post it on the door and post it on the website?
Door and website.
Okay, then that's fine. If we decide, I think because the audit, it needs to be done in June, I think we're going to try to do July, September, and December.
That could change. I mean, we were originally.
And see how it goes, depending on what pops up and what we need to approve. That's the plan.
Okay.
But I just wanted to make sure it didn't have to go in the newspaper if we have to cancel it or whatever. So as long as Mike says we're good with that, then I'm good. So that was the only other thing we had, right?
Yep, that's all.
Right. Okay, yep. So I need a motion to conclude the meeting,
Yep, if there's no other business.
unless it's, yeah.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries.